to relax, crochet. This episode I will be continuing my long sweater. Yes, as I haven't received very many new clients in either nannying or teaching English, so I might as well continue on with my own project. The English teaching front, things have been going very well. I have a wonderful student in the United States, a little boy, and I have over 7 students across Europe, all Ukrainians in different parts of Europe, including a couple in Ukraine. Just working my way through this new economy of ours, what I like to call the death of jobs. It's a slow death, a long goodbye. A lot of people still have traditional jobs, and I applaud them. I think that's amazing. They still exist. They do still exist. But they are getting harder and harder to find. Getting harder and harder to keep. Everything is switching to this new gig-based economy. I don't know how I feel about it, other than if it's a new wave. Of course, there are growing pains, and change is hard. Change is hard. New opportunities will surely arise, as that's pretty much the definition of change. Yes, things, the old opportunities fade away and new opportunities come and replace them. It's all very, very interesting, living in a very fascinating time of history, I believe. How quickly can the human race change? How fast can the psyche evolve? We shall see. We've never tested ourselves this hard before. It's an exciting time to be alive. You must excuse me. You can probably see on my finger here, it must look kind of gross. Well, it's still winter here in Canada, and well, my skin's very dry, and so I have a ton of hangnails that are still cracking. To be perfectly honest, though, I get hangnails even in the summer. My skin is just very, very dry all the time. and I enjoy washing my hands. The problem with washing one's hands is that that typically dries out your hands. The soap can dry out your skin. Water, which is quite counterintuitive to me, but water dries the skin. And so I am always playing a very funny game of teeter-totter. I balance keeping myself clean and washing, as I enjoy that, it feels good, and keeping my hands moisturized because, well, hangnails hurt and that does not feel good. We always have to be balancing something, don't we? Balancing when we do silly hobbies, like this hobby that I'm doing here, talking to a camera while crocheting. It's a silly hobby, but I have to find the time to do it because it makes me happy. And yet I need to balance that with real world responsibilities, such as making money. Gotta get a job. I'm not one who enjoys being financial. I am not one who enjoys being financially dependent on others, and so it's very important for me, for my emotions, for my mental state. Yes, for my mental state. It's very important for my mental state to be financially independent. And I can only do that if I am earning my own paycheck. And clearly, since that was not the topic of either of the two subjects that I brought up earlier, and yet it was something that I still talked about, clearly being unemployed is on the it's on my mind. I know something will come, and I hope that it is this online teaching, because I love it so much. It is so good for me. Because I love language. I love the English language. I love teaching. And I enjoy short lessons. And I hate driving. I hate driving. So if I were to get a job in the real world, it needs to be close enough geographically that I could walk there. And that really limits my prospects. But online, hey. Then it's just about time. Just about what time can I work, and that is what limits me. And that's not that big of a barrier. As I've mentioned, I'm working with people in Poland, in London, in Ireland, in Ukraine. So working with different time zones isn't really that complicated once you get used to it. And I like how comfortable the students are. They're so much more comfortable in their own home. Or I think one of them goes to a library for our lessons. It's hard to tell, and I'm not one who would ask, but it kind of appears like it's a library or a cafe. But they're so comfortable. Whereas when I taught in classes, like I've once taught in an elementary school, and I've taught in a few daycares, and these places, they have fluorescent lights, and they have cold hard floors, and furniture that is specific for the classroom, which facilitates the learning, but it also it lacks personality. It lacks that je ne sais quoi. Someone needs to feel comfortable. And I tell you, when I'm teaching someone in their own home, it feels like they understand things better. That could be just my perspective. I have no empirical evidence on this, but I feel like being comfortable helps the learning process. And there's nothing more comfortable than being in your own home. And the security of being online, because really, yeah, we do enjoy face-to-face conversations. Of course we do. But, there's something special about learning online. That you always have the power to just turn that computer off and walk away. You could always just close that laptop. No problem. And you would not have to deal with the repercussions of a physical conflict. Like you can't just walk out of a classroom in the real world without some at best physical body language from your teacher feeling offended, or at worst someone physically blocking your exit, right? So there's a level of comfort that the student has, a level of power that they have that just does not exist in the real world, from real world teaching. And that, I think, is something pretty special. And I think is very important for the type of students I like to work with. The more I think about which students I click with the most, the students that I just get along with easily, and that I know how to give them criticism and feedback in a way that they can understand and feel helped, instead of feeling attacked impact. Those people whom I can do that with, they tend to be very anxious people. And yeah, they have anxiety or depression or maybe an attention disorder, that something makes them on edge often. And I don't know why, but I am drawn to those kinds of people. Maybe because I am one myself. I understand. But I'm not sure. I can talk with them the best. And that the security, the comfort that you get from being at home, and the security you get from knowing that you are in control of the conversation. At any time you can turn the computer off. That reduces anxiety so greatly that suddenly it's you're actually learning something, because you don't have that stress of the real world interactions as a pressure. That's I'm getting distracted. I'm getting distracted. I think I was just saying words and they didn't actually go together anymore. Well, I'm nearly at the end of this round and I'm going to call it quits for today. I just need to get back into my fun, silly hobby. I really only know a couple of you who watch this, and hi to you all. I thank you for joining me. Even if I don't know you in the real world, I appreciate you taking the time to watch my videos, and I do love whenever you contact me or send any messages, comments. It really makes my day. So that is all for now, and thank you for joining.